You're listening to the G Code Podcast Wellness Interview. And as usual, we're talking about mental health awareness. I'm Sabrina Gooseby. And today we have none other than an old friend from the Bay Area, from doing advocacy work out there. Um, we have Harold on the line with us today. Harold, how are you doing?
Doing fine, just fine.
Great, great. So, can you just let the people know a little bit about yourself, who you are, where you come from, what you do?
Well, basically, average kind of guy. I come from the Bay Area. I was born in West Oakland, grew up in Berkeley, had a great education, got a good sense of humor, very clear understanding of things that's going on. I've been through a lot of things, and I survived them, and I'm glad that God blessed me to be here.
That's right. That's right. And so you have kids?
Yeah, I have kids.
How many?
I got 5 boys and 3 girls.
5 boys. I didn't even know you had 5 boys. I know you had those girls.
Yeah, I got 5 boys. One of my sons, he got killed.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, hey, we survived it.
Yeah.
And everybody else is doing pretty good.
Okay. My condolences about that. I didn't know. So what does mental health awareness mean to you?
Well, it kind of varies and stuff because it's like your mental faculties and then the stress on your body. It drains you physically and mentally. A lot of people don't really understand it. They kind of deny it because they think they're stronger than what they really think they are. But you got to realize sometimes you got to have somebody to talk to explain the situation, to get certain kind of answers to get you through it. But if you just try to do it by yourself and think you can overcome it, you'll go into a deep depression but not even realizing it. So the best thing you can do. So
you obviously see the effects of the mental stability that has on your body, right? How it affects your body when you're unstable.
Yeah, because I went through when my kid's mother had passed away.
Sorry to hear that. Condolences.
And I had to go through a bunch of difficult trials and tribulations, to get myself together, to keep my kids together. And it was hard.
Yeah.
But when it came down to it, I thought I was strong enough, but I wasn't strong enough. So I came to the point where I had to separate my girls. And before I knew it, I went back on drugs.
Okay.
And that was the wrong thing to do. I think that was helping me, but it was really destroying me.
Yeah.
Because mentally, it took a toll on me, and physically, it was draining me, and I was denying my kids. I was hurting them more than I was helping them. So I had to reach out to friends of mine, young ladies to teach me how to be a man, to teach me how to raise my girls right. And it turned out pretty good.
Wow. You know what? You just said a lot right there. The kid's mother passed. And so that there took you into a spiral. Wow.
Yep, it did.
Okay. And how was the children? Do you remember anything about how the children responded?
They was I kept them kind of stable when I was with them. I coached them. I put all my effort into them, taking them back to school, making sure they was taken care of, and but came to the point that when they was in school, I was sitting in the house looking at the door, thinking about past events and how things was, and she never walked through the door, and it took a toll on me.
Yeah.
Yeah, mentally and physically, it's pretty hard to go through.
Wow.
But the goodness and the blessings of God, He kept me.
That's right.
Kept me, He put me through it. So now all my kids is doing good. I'm glad I got grandkids, great grandkids, and everybody's doing pretty good.
That's good. That's good. I was gonna ask, did you ever reach out to like any type of counseling or therapist, or have that even thought? Has the thought even crossed your mind?
No, not really, because I got with people with great understanding that been through things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I knew of people that been through things like that, so I reached out to them, and they guided me through it, step by step.
That's good.
And it turned out pretty good.
Was these people like people you knew from like church, or did you ever go to church, or was it like any type of organization?
Yeah, because I was in Victor Rogers for 18 months. I left their mother, them, and got myself together. And, she was in the hospital. Then when she got out, we all got back together and everything was good. And then she started drinking again and she passed away. So I had God on my side in the beginning anyway.
Right. Absolutely. Gotta have those support system, the support team. So like you had, the church supporting you emotionally. And some family and friends. When did you come to the point that you realized you couldn't take care of your girls?
Because, the sadness and the loneliness and emptiness got overwhelming,
Yeah.
because I'm family orientated. And, without her there, like when you're in a home and everybody's gone, it's empty. Just like if your TV go off,
Mm-hmm.
it seems like something's missing.
Right.
And, so when I got overwhelming and stuff like that, it was best for me to separate my girls and try to get my head back together instead of destroying everything. And it turned out pretty good doing that. We all got back together and we're all doing pretty good.
Yeah. I'm glad that you did have people helping you, because that could have gotten worse, or, the kids could have ended up in the system. You know what I mean? The CPS, that sucks.
I know. That's why.
And I know some people it happened to.
Yeah, I took initiative and got ahead of that. And, put them with my older kids. See, I didn't put them with anybody. I put them with my older kids.
Okay, so the boys are older?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I put them with my twins. They're the oldest.
Okay.
And they took care of them. So I got myself back together.
That's what's up. Teamwork.
Family.
Right? Family is important.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a part of the support system. So, it sounded like that was a hard. I can't imagine, what you were going through, at that time. But I do know that when my kids are gone for a long period of time, I'm not talking about going to school, but gone for a long period of time, I do miss them. And I understand what you're saying when you miss that noise, like you're expecting, someone to walk through the door, say something. And, I'm thank God my kids aren't deceased, but I understand how you feel when you're just like, missing that person. Just even if they was getting on your nerves, you still miss them.
Oh yeah, I mean, because they all got their own different personalities. Right. You gotta coincide and you adapt to each one of them and stuff. Treat them, love them the same, but don't treat them the same.
That's right. Yep. And so, like. I remember you saying a few minutes ago that you resorted back to using drugs. Now, how did you, stop?
I went to jail.
Okay, that's a good way to do it.
I can't put it no other
way. They did their job, right? Correctional facility.
That's it. And I ain't been back since.
That's what's up. I remember you from, as an advocate. I know you as an advocate out here, speaking on the behalf of your children. So I don't know that part of you, but I do know that you are, you know, a man that's out here doing what you're supposed to, as far as helping your family and the community. That's what I've seen. And so, I do appreciate you for, going through all of that trauma, because when I met you, I didn't know, you know. And so all I saw was a strong man, um, advocating for children.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And sharing your story about your children and all that kind of stuff. And so, you know, I'm glad that you survived all of that. Really.
that was a tremendous great experience and stuff because I wasn't really involved in that. I didn't even know I had it in me. It took me all the way to Sacramento and back.
Sure did.
Yeah, I mean, Stanford kids and, lobbying for sanitary napkins and it passed and stuff. I was speaking and everything. It surprised me.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's a lot of things. There's a lot of things in you that you don't realize, and there's a lot of things people can see you but don't know of you.
That's true.
Because at Parents Cafe, somebody heard me speak and they sent me to Parents Voice of Oakland. I didn't know what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
After that, I've been into the laws and stuff, and I've been, studying them and reading up on them and seeing how the system is, seeing how things can, be, but it takes more than just one person to talk.
Right.
You know,
Right. And I know that you see the power of having, mental stability, because you can actually advocate for other people once you're stable.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And,
a few words can go a long way. Even if a person don't really think they understand it or really consider it. But subconsciously, it's deep embedded inside of you. And when things come up, it triggers that thought that when they heard me speak.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So you never know the power of words and the way you adjust yourself and the way you present your dialogue to a person and stuff. You got to put them in the right context and the right sentence.
Right.
And it goes a long way, and that's mental ability.
Mm-hmm. Because you can't do that if you was on the drugs, right? Thank God you went to jail. Because you wouldn't have been able to do that.
Even though I was pretty productive,
right.
I didn't abuse them.
That's good.
I just abused myself.
Yep, that's what happens, and once you start loving more on yourself, you start doing better things for yourself.
Yeah, and it's a good thing that I have, God bless me with people like you and, Cheryl and, Parents Voices of Oakland.
Yep.
It broadened my understanding and made me look at things in a different manner, in a different way. Clearly.
Yep, and it gave me a new look on people too. It's not just single women, in the Bay Area. There's single men, there's single, not just single black women, but there's single white women, single Chinese women, there's single Chinese men. There's, what I'm saying? It's like there's all kinds of people. It really opened my eyes too as well. It's like it's not just this single mom thing. It's like that can happen to anybody.
See, when you speak of different ethnic groups and different nationalities, you got to understand we all just part of the human race.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
We have the same problems.
You got to learn about different cultures and different people to understand how we can get along.
Mm-hmm.
But but society and the government, they mentally block you and just start your way of looking at things because they put things all in your path and stuff. And it takes a lot of mental stress out of you, mental stress on you and stuff. It
right.
depletes your outlet to get up and to go do things, to really
Pressure of
think
life.
about, so mental stress, it's powerful if you don't really understand it and how it would come and defeat you.
Right.
So, I mean, by going through things, it strengthens you in a lot of ways, but you got to understand the ways that strengthen you and the ways that don't.
That's right. That's right.
So that's why it's a good thing that we sit up and talk to one another with great understanding and ability to think beyond thinking.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I've learned a lot just by opening up, just by saying something. And then when it's like a ripple effect, you open up, then somebody else open up, and then somebody else will open up. Then before we was like, we didn't even know like all of this was here, So I'm just thankful for all the opportunities, how we met, through the organization, all the stuff that we learned on how to move through what is it called? We was in the legislative buildings. Yeah, and policies and and the government and the public and all that good stuff. So, I was grateful to be a part of that organization because I was going through something in my life, as well. I was in transition. Like it was a transitioning time. I think every time is a transition, but that was like a real tough time for me. I remember. And I remember finding relief by going to the organization and doing things, helping other people other than worrying about my own problems. I felt, good about going there because I was helping other people.
Yeah, and that was the great thing about it, because it showed us a lot of avenues and a lot of ways to overcome, the things that was thrust into our lives and stuff. Mm-hmm. Everybody there was united together as one, and we overcame a lot of things. That was a great organization. I miss Cheryl because she really was an advocate to me.
Yeah, I did. I miss her too. Actually, I'm still in contact with her.
So you got her number?
On social media.
Oh, okay. Well, when you get it,
for sure, I'll
text it to me.
Okay, for sure. Yeah. And so, is there anything else you would like to share with the people before we wrap up?
Just keep in mind the things that you go through. It's not going to defeat you. Only thing that defeats you is yourself. Mm-hmm. Because if you think about it, you believe it, you can achieve it.
That's right.
So always believe in the power of you, the life that God blessed us with. Continue to live and not exist. Love one another as you love yourself. Come together, unite, and we can overcome anything.
That's right. That's right. And one more question, before I go, what do you do on a regular to keep yourself maintained mentally or a healthy mental stability?
I always look at things that's positive and stuff, and I do a lot of walking, I do a lot of thinking, and I dismiss anything that's negative, and I always look at the things that's positive, because whatever, there's small problems that you can turn into a big one, but if there's a big problem, it can't get no bigger, so you dismiss those things.
Right.
You learn conversation, you learn words and what they affect you and what they mean to you. So when you hear something, you get away from it because it's not for
like you. Triggering words, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I learned to be a profiler, to be an advocate of understanding. Things that's coming through me. When I see things, I get away from them.
That's right.
I don't contend with them because there's so much chaos and so much nonsense going around this world and in our neighborhoods with the, people that we deal around or, come in contact with. You got to learn because you never know what someone's going through. And if somebody's after them, you there, stuff happens.
Right. That's
true. But you can't be afraid. You can't be afraid to go out and live and do the things you got to do because, hey, that's life. But just be understanding of life.
Right, more understanding.
Use it to your best ability. Don't exist. Live it.
Don't exist, live it.
That's
That's
right.
right.
Because people walking around here breathing and ain't living.
Zombies.
There you go. That's real talk.
That is. Well, I'm glad that you are a part of the productive, society, to making sure we are uplifting our vibrations, and becoming more enlightened on things that we can do to be more healthier. Because we don't always have to resort to drugs or alcohol. There's also other alternatives that we can do that will bring actually the same type of feeling, that drugs bring, but just in a more healthier way.
Life is a drug, the most powerful.
There you go.
Drug you can ever have. It's living
Right.
your life.
That's right. And so I do appreciate your time, Harold, and for all the viewers, all those listening, appreciate your time. This is the G Code Podcast, and peace out.
And